trials, and once again tonight in the 100 fly comes away first to the wall from lane 2.
7. Who's counting though? I was in 7. I've never been out there, and I don't want to ever be out there again. That wasn't fun being out there in that lane.
We'll go right into questions. Go ahead, Wayne.
Michael, a few years from now, when you look back on this week, your last meet, on American soil, as we've said, what do you think the memories will be that'll stand out most to you?
I mean, just the whole career so far, so far. The stuff that I've been able to accomplish in American soil, and I came into these trials wanting to make my 5th Olympic team, and I did that. We've talked so much about it, but it's so true. I came back because I wanted to. I wanted to do this for me, and that's what I did. Sure, we weren't super happy with the times, but you know what? I got a spot on the team. We have a couple weeks to fix some things, and I know that if I want to be anywhere on the podium, some of those times are going to have to be a lot faster.
Michael, was there anything emotionally this week that surprised you? Any reaction you had on the blocks or afterwards, after any race, that you didn't see coming because of your circumstances being so different?
I think I was the most emotional after the 400 IM to watch, kind of like my younger brother win. And then I felt some of those emotions today as well. Walking into the venue today, I started thinking about that this is my last American soil race ever. And I said to Bob before I went out there, I said, there's not a chance that I'm losing my last race on American soil. Afterwards, he kind of said to me, he was like, I knew you were going to win after you said that. I was determined and fired up today, and this is the best that I've felt so far this meet. You can always say, what if I had had a good turn, it's probably 50.8, 50.7, which is fine. But it's not fast enough for me. So we have a couple weeks, like I said, and I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward most to getting home and spending some time with the little man and kind of relaxing for a few days.
Michael, you mentioned earlier the emotion of the week and having your family here, and of course your dad's been around. What's that been like, seeing him in the stands and as part of the group this time?
We've come so far over the last 2 years as a family, and I'm happy he's here and a part of the group with us. He's probably been to a couple meets, but I haven't really had the chance to see him, and here I have. So the other night we had a birthday celebration. We had pizza and ice cream cake in the hotel. So it was good just being able to see everybody together. It was nice, and I'm glad he came. I'm not sure if he's going to go to Rio, but just good to be able to look up and see all of them together supporting me. I can't thank the support team that I have enough. I feel like it's grown more and more every time we've come to an Olympic trials. But it's the core, and I'm glad they were here to support me. And I'll say again, the fans here are just phenomenal, and I can't thank everybody who has supported me through my career.
Charles.
Yeah, Karen. Oh, go ahead, Charles.
Yeah. Michael, have you told Bob yet that you're going to fire him if he doesn't come up with a good enough plan?
No, but I'm sure I'll read it somewhere. Who's going to write it?
But I mean, in all seriousness, do you feel like you guys have more to figure out in the run up to this Olympics than you have to figure out in the previous ones?
No, I don't think so. I've like I said the other night or last night, I think it was, I've trusted that man since I was 11 years old, and it's not going to stop today. I'm sure he's already come up with some kind of plan to figure out what we're going to do to move forward, and whether that's tomorrow or the day after, I'm looking forward to that because I wanted some faster times than this to end my career, and he's done everything that I've ever asked him to do, in 16 years. 16 years that we've been on the national team, and I don't think it's going to stop here.
Michael, one of the first-time Olympians on this team had your 2008 poster on her bedroom wall. Olivia, I was wondering
Yeah.
what that is like for you to know.
One, it means I'm really old, and two, it's that kind of stuff is starting to set in. When I was up there with Dan and Rowdy, and I saw the photo of Ledecky when I was signing, it blows my mind. Blows my mind. I was actually joking with Smaliga the other day. I was saying, I was telling her how excited I am to look forward, or how much I'm looking forward to the rookie skits. Those are the best. And some of her coaches were like, we better. And I think it's just cool to watch the whole team come together for that. But also just, like I said, like that is setting in, because some of the people that are swimming now won't experience what as it is now. As you guys know, the sport has changed tremendously. I've said this to some of you. It's not done growing, in my opinion. And if I have to die, I'll go down swinging to see this sport where I want it to be. It's not U.S., and I'm going to continue to try to do it. I said it to Peter. Done.
And just a quick follow, the lament you have about your times, a lot of swimmers here could be making that same lament. How surprised are you that the times have not been faster?
A little. Will do. I think there are a lot of people that, the lights come on, and it's a different experience. And I think on, I think I've been able to experience something different every time. So you could fall short by 100th or a few hundredths, and that's the tough part, because it is every 4 years, and that's a long 4 years to wait for another chance.
Your track record on retirement's awful sketchy. At 35, Lizette was 36 in Beijing.
This is it. No more.
Once Boomer gets a little older and, he
Nah,
can
he's taking
realize he's a little young to know what's going on here. 4 years' time?
No.
That's not going to influence you?
I'm done. This is it. The body is done. This is my last one. No, not even as a sprinter.
Aside from the medley relay, do you want it to be in the other relays?
It's up for debate still now. I might time trial 100 free tomorrow morning. We had it in the schedule. I said to Bob, I'm not sure. I said, let's play it by ear. And he said, okay, it could happen. So I have to talk to him. I have to warm down. I did 100 after the 100 fly in the warm down pool. So I got to see how the body's feeling tonight. I know there's been some interest from some of the other guys about doing the 100 as well. So we could fire up a full heat tomorrow, which would be kind of fun. But yeah, I just see how I feel tonight and see how I sleep. And tomorrow morning we'll see. Obviously, I'd love to have the chance to be on a relay. I think that's something that a lot of people do. They love to have that chance, and just being able to be on a team like that, I think, is something that's very special that I've always enjoyed. So we'll see. Tomorrow I could, and it'll probably be coach's discretion whether or not I'm on the 800.
Brian.
Michael, you touched on this a little bit, but as a custodian of the sport, what are the changes that you're most proud of that you've seen over your
We have
career?
15,000 people in the stands. I mean, I remember in 2000, it was barely 3K, you know? So just seeing, I mean, look at this place. It's like a production in here. You know, we're on national television. We're on the cover of magazines. I had Time.com write a piece about my child's Instagram. You know, like, so there are all of these things that we never had the opportunity to have, and now we're having it. And people are excited and interested. You know, I mean, when I was running to do the interview with Bob, I mean, the whole place just went crazy. And that's awesome, you know, to see the sport grow. And I mean, there are times where I have to be escorted over by the police officers because it's so hectic. You know, so just the attention that, and the excitement from the kids, I think, is the best.
The second part of that was, what would you like to see over the next 10 years, 15, 20 years?
I honestly, I can't answer that question now. You know, one of the biggest things I'd obviously like more kids to be water safe. I think that's something that the foundation is doing a phenomenal job with. Seeing that grow and grow more and more over the years, in the national competitive level, I don't know. I mean, I think that's something that my mind will have to figure out over the next couple of months, a new goal. Peter and I have worked well together, and you know, I think the opportunities are endless of what we can do to continue to grow the sport.
Michael, back here. For how well you swam last summer in San Antonio, the times you went there, is it a source of frustration that you can't get back down to those times this meet, or is it still confidence, or does it help you be confident knowing that you can do that maybe in a few weeks in Rio?
I mean, sure, it's frustrating to not be able to go the same time or faster than I did last year, especially because I think I'm in better shape than I was last year. But I believe I can. I'm not going to put a limit on myself of what I can or can't do. I think time will tell just, you know, what we can go. I mean, last night I definitely think I can go faster than that. I think I can go faster than that than what I did tonight, and the 200 fly can be faster. So I mean, I'm excited to see what can happen. It's been since 2009 since I've done a best time, and I think it'll be kind of fun to do one before I retire. But time will tell.
I'm going to wrap up with Alan and John.
Michael, you've talked repeatedly here this week about coming back because you wanted to. Can you articulate that love and that passion into the want to? I mean, how that translates into what you're thinking, feeling as you're approaching each race?
Well, I don't really think about much.
I know that. You said that. But
I don't think
just
about anything.
big picture. I mean, you know, try to articulate the love and passion besides just growing the sport, which you've talked about.
I mean, I just love being in the water. I love racing. I love being at this level and just not finishing how I wanted to in 2012. You know, like I said, I've said this so many times. Like I just didn't want to have that what if 20 years down the road. You know, for me, it was strictly just because I wanted to come back and I felt like I could be at my best when I came back. We're not there yet, but we have a couple weeks to see if I can get there.
Last question.
Katie was asked quite a bit about leadership within the team and the role of a leader and whether she would be a leader, et cetera. How is leadership exerted within an Olympic swim team? And how do you exert that leadership? How do others exert it? And if you're a rookie, what are you looking for in a leader, in a team leader?
I mean, we've had some of the best, you know, captains, and the team votes for captains. I've never been one. But I mean, this time around, I just want to be able to, I guess no one likes me that much on the team. I just want to be able to help some of the younger guys. You know, it is a, you know, I've said this so many times, this is very challenging being here at Trials and being able to make the transition from here to the games. You know, you are representing your country, and that's something that we all look forward to. So just being able to help them just kind of stay in their relaxed zone, not get worked up because it is the Olympics. It's just another meet. You know, that's kind of how I've looked at kind of every meet that I've ever gone to. You know, just go out and do what we've done to train. And you know, I think some of the really, I think, special times happening during training camp when the team really comes together. You know, we have such a great team bonding through every national team that I've been on. And you know, if I can do anything to help the rookies, I'm all for it.